What's your favorite scary movie?
Be like, I'm dying.
If some guy came up to me and said, "Hey, they guys, I'm like, it's over and done. We're married now."
Someone into movies where I'm like, kiss. But
Oh God, what a sea of humanity.
I'm surprised I'm the only one here.
Well, we might get some more pop-ins. You never know.
Your title. Oh,
What about your title?
I can't see it.
Oh,
I can't see it. What does it say?
it says Ted Danson's ponytail.
So do you hate my ponytail then?
No, his ponytail's terrible.
It's not that. No, it's good.
It's bad. It is so bad.
No, his hair is good. We'll get to it. Well,
Okay.
we might.
Yeah,
I'll only be here for like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. We'll kick things off with that one then. But let me do my little intro and just say, welcome back for a bonus episode of 52/1994, where we are diving deep into the nostalgic world of 1994, and we're exploring all its quirks and treasures. And today's topic might hit home for many of us. It's that complex relationship between kids and their parents. So strap in and strap on. Don't strap on. Don't strap on. As we explore this theme through the lens of some movies from 1994. So, welcome in. I'm joined by Ted Danson's ponytail. And
if only I was wearing one today. You should have told me.
And I am Macaulay Culkin's bad haircut. This is 52/1994. We're talking about 4 movies from this year that have to deal with kids hating their parents. And so we're talking about Getting Even with Dad, which is where our names come from. We're talking about Camp Nowhere, which is probably the most fun out of the 4 movies that we watch. Trading Mom, which is the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And North, starring Elijah Wood. And we'll break down each one of them. Or not break down, we'll just talk about it. We've already got Coffee Lover in here. She's talking about Berjombers.
Gosh, all about the Berjombers.
She's a Berjomber fan, man.
Oh, the she?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a she.
Oh, snap. Okay. Oh.
She loves Berjombers.
I did not get to watch. The only one I didn't get to watch was Trading Mom. But now that I see that Andre the Giant was in there, I'm a little upset.
I think it's his last movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we only got you for 30 minutes, so let's kick things off with Getting Even with Dad, which is a comedy drama film directed by Howard Deutsch, who some people might know who Howard Deutsch is. He's married to Leah Thompson, and they produced a beautiful child named Zoe Deutsch, who's been in a lot of things that have come out within the last several years. Burrs. It's 3 syllables, baby. And this tells this Getting Even with Dad tells the story of Timmy, played by Macaulay Culkin, who's left in the care of his ex-convict father, Ray, played by Ted Danson. Yeah, it is probably the most serious one we have out of the 4.
You think so?
Yes. I think on a, I don't know. It and Camp Nowhere are the ones that are like dancing in reality, I feel like.
I see what you're saying. Okay, because I was going to say, like, there were points in North where I was like, holy shit, like somebody shooting at a kid. And like,
it was very serious.
But yeah, like there was some serious moments in that one. But yeah, I guess I could see this one being more of serious, especially among the ones you've chosen.
I've actually been looking forward to talking about this a little bit more, especially with you, because I know that you watched it and you had probably a better time watching it than I did. Not that I had a bad time watching it. It was it was a good watch. Like, I'm not mad at myself for watching it like I was Trading Mom. I was very upset with myself for watching that movie.
It was that bad.
I thought, okay, I remember brief things from Trading Mom when I was a child. And the fact, again, with kind of that North storyline where it's like you get to choose your own parents. There was like a mommy market in Trading Mom, and I remember each of the mommies having like cool things about them. Like there was a clown mommy and a musical mommy and the mommy that made good baked goods, and I just thought that was really cool. It does not translate well when you're in your 30s.
I wish I could be part of a different mommy market, but that's beside the point. Also, like in the hat. Yeah, for John.
But let's talk about getting even with Dad. Again, I think it is the most realistic storyline that we have here. I mean, it's still
Yeah. They're all out there.
Yeah, I think it's crazy though that his dad is a thief, an ex-convict who works in a bakery.
Dude, I really liked that. I thought that was a cool, like, soft touch to it because, like, that's what he had said that he had learned bakery in prison. That he wanted to be part of, what did he say, the counterfeit program, but they wouldn't let him in.
Yeah. No, I like that he is a baker. I don't know if it's the absurdity of his ponytail that made me not like him. That hair is fake and it looks bad.
Okay, it's not okay. It's not the best hair, but it's. I think I gave it more leniency because of the time. Like,
because you're like, that's me. I'm that guy. That's my ponytail.
I gave a lot of leeway to Macaulay Culkin because all kids go through a phase where they have a shit haircut. So,
what was his crime? So I think he was a thief. Just stole stuff, right?
Yeah, he just got caught before. I think he actually explained it. They got caught stealing Betamax.
Yeah, they get caught stealing things that are like irrelevant by the time that they try and get them fenced or whatever. So,
I did like that touch that they had said that they wish they would have stole something of value.
And then they decided that they were really into stealing coins because that's where the money is in rare coins.
Not only that, but the process they explained, like it having to be graded and evaluated by this agency, and it was easy to kind of intercept it when it's not on the eyes of, federal government.
I think I get really mad at the end of this movie because of the cop situation and them being like, he's not in trouble until like he grabs the bag and has it in his hand. If he can't just open the locker, he's got to have it in his hand. I'm like, that's not true. That's not true.
No, but these cops obviously have set a precedent for being bad already.
But then also they don't investigate anything. The fact that this man assaulted 2 security guards and tied them up and that crime just goes out the window.
Like maybe they just didn't show the entire story. There's a backstory. We didn't have time to see it.
They're like, oh, this guy wants to raise his kid now.
Yeah,
exactly. Let him go. And there wasn't even coins in there anyway, remember? So they don't have any proof that he actually stole anything.
Yeah, it was just pennies. Well, so there was coins.
There were coins. Yes, you're right. He should take those. Did you ever go to VBS when you were a kid?
I think when I was an older kid, I helped work. No, I didn't. I goofed off. I was there though.
You did? Did they ever have a penny night?
I don't know what that means.
Where you would donate, like you would give donations throughout the week, like your offering at the VBS. We did that, and then we had a penny night, and so people would just bring in bags and bags of pennies to donate to the church.
No, I do distinctly remember. That's really funny that you say that because I remember wondering why there was like a bucket of like loose change at one point. When, like I said, we were like working it, we were goofing off. That we had found like in a bag, like a ton. It was heavy. Then we ended up loading them into my car and taking off. I'm just kidding.
You're essentially Ted Danson.
I'm just kidding. I'm definitely
No,
joking.
you're not. No, you're
I'm
not.
definitely joking.
He's definitely joking, folks. No, I remember one VBS. It was a penny night, and one of the children that came in brought their pennies in a Crown Royal bag.
Oh, no way. That'll be my kid.
It was pretty awesome. VBS was a good time. That was a vibe.
Yeah.
I one time I was in scuba gear, and I got in the baptistry of our church's baptistry.
You about said scuba dove. I know you did.
I did. Scuba'd.
You were Scuba Steve?
I was Scuba Steve, yeah.
Damn.
I don't remember. I was 19. It was that was a time ago.
There is
So why did you like this movie?
I think a lot of it had to do with. So probably my favorite Christmas movies are the first and second Home Alone. So kind of getting that back a little bit because he blackmails the guy. I guess all three of them. And so it's like going back to that Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone, hijinks and stuff like that. But then you add in some heist elements. I know it's not like a ton and not fantastic, but you add in some fun heist elements, a lot of like silly humor. I'm a big slapstick guy, so
you loved when that fat guy went down that slide face first.
Dude, the two fat guys were fantastic. I laughed really hard at them. So yeah, I like anything slapstick is good. I didn't realize how much I had really enjoyed Ted Danson because I guess I'm not good with names, so like I recognized him, but I was like, "Who is that?" And then looked him up, and I was like, "Oh, so I like basically everything this guy is in." So he's good because I remember him from I think around that time, 3 Men and a Baby. Becker, and Becker, I know it's a weird call out, but I remember him in Becker. And then of course you would be thinking of him in The Good Place, right?
Oh yeah, I love Ted Danson. He's great.
So I thought that was all great. And then like I said, you had Macaulay Culkin, you had an attractive woman that played Ted Danson's counterpart, and I don't know. I thought it all came together well. It was. I thought it was a lot more unique than a lot of the stuff we see, especially nowadays. I mean, there's nothing original now, and I don't know if this was born out of a book or I
think it was based on a book. At the end, it said some like scholastic.
Okay.
Based on a scholastic thing, so I think it was based on a book.
But I don't know. It felt original. It felt fun. I was glad to have seen it. Honestly, I wish I would have seen this probably earlier in my life. It would have been really a fun watch. Yeah,
I think I got some. Obviously the hair's bad for both people. That I can't keep harping on that though. One thing I want to say is like this is the point, and I think this was Macaulay Culkin's like either this or Richie Rich is his last movie for like 10 years. But I think at this point, Macaulay Culkin has reached the pinnacle of his cuteness, and like now it's starting to not be cute anymore, like just a little bit. And like I don't think he's a bad actor, but I think like what he relied on in Uncle Buck and Home Alone didn't necessarily work for like 13-year-old Macaulay Culkin as much as it used to. Like it was a lot cuter in Home Alone. It was a lot cuter in Uncle Buck, like his smart assness. But when your only thing is smart ass, and you're not like, he didn't really sell any of the like sad scenes for me. Like he's crying on the bus. I didn't believe that for a second. Now you might have been in your field. No, I didn't believe that at all.
Cause I'm so used to like Home Alone, like he's a hard ass. He never cries. Like even in the emotional parts of Home Alone, he's not crying. He's just kind of, missing his parents. But then in this movie, like he has actual tears coming out of his eyes on the bus, and I'm like, oh shit! Like I don't know if I've ever seen Macaulay Culkin like this. Like I don't know, it kind of got me.
I don't know. I didn't love it.
Fair enough.
He didn't work for me. Everybody else was fine though. It was just a silly movie. Way better than Baby's Day Out. I'll tell you, if they were in the same like genre, like this movie kills Baby's Day Out.
Yeah, whenever you did that one, I thought about rewatching that, and I was just like, I can't do it. Like, I remember Baby's Day Out and enjoying it, but thinking about it now, it's just like, what a dumb movie. So
And you would have liked the slapstick elements of Baby's Day Out, but I mean, everything else was so bad.
But then also, like, I don't know if I will say you've influenced me, but just thinking about like these movies as a whole, because I've kind of got them all up on IMDb now. I think you might be right. I think I might have rated Getting Even with Dad a little bit high. I was probably in a good mood when I watched it, so that always influences stuff. Camp Nowhere is one of my wife's favorites. So I know she would have that very high on her list.
Mhm.
And now that I'm looking at North and remembering who all was in it and stuff like that, I'm liking it a bit more as well. So it's growing on me.
No, I'm just glad this crop of movies wasn't as I wasn't as disappointed this time around with the movies as I was the last couple. So
Last time was Baby's Day Out, Blank Check, and oh no, what is the name? I can't see.
John Lovitz's Bald Spot.
Hey guys,
What's up, Ryan?
what's up? We talking pajamas?
We're talking pajamas in here.
What's up, Pajumbers?
That's the battle cry.
So much hair on the screen.
There is a lot of hair on the screen. I'm proud of you guys.
Thanks. It keeps growing.
You should put it in a ponytail like Ted Danson.
Oh, I could never. Never compete. Speaking of long hair, trivia. Macaulay Culkin, they wanted him to cut his hair, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm a star. I do what I want." He was over being an actor, and he's like, "I'm not doing this movie. I will breach of contract as a little kid if you make me cut my hair." And they're like, "All right, I guess he has long hair in this movie."
Wow.
I did think that he had like a mom haircut though.
Yeah.
It just looked like it was like thin in some places and like really thick in other places. Like, I don't know. It was like Ewan McGregor's space mullet that he had in Star Wars. So I don't know. But did you watch how many of the movies did you watch?
I watched 4 of these movies.
I'm so proud of you. You make my heart so happy.
Did you hate Trading Mom as much as he did?
No, I liked it.
You like Trading Mom?
I mean, it's not good, but I liked it.
Sissy Spacek's out of her fucking mind in that movie, and I can't.
Yeah. I'll say that none of these are good movies, but I enjoyed watching all 4 of these movies more than I enjoyed rewatching Pulp Fiction.
Incredible.
As a subjective experience, not a critical analysis. As a subjective experience, I had way more fun.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. I did have a good time watching each one of these. Even as much as I hated Trading Mom, like I said, watching Sissy Spacek, the fucking coal miner's daughter, Carrie, like
gross, yeah.
be fucking insane. Like,
wait, which one was Sissy Spacek the clown?
She's all of them.
She's all of them. It's all the same actor.
Eddie Murphy's that movie.
Oh shit! I need to watch this then.
She plays every single mom. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So good for her, right?
Right. Like the movie, what it gave me, the way I think I found into liking it is when they first go to the mommy market, it had like a made for TV Disney Channel vibes.
Yes, it definitely gave me those vibes.
And if this was a Disney Channel movie, I feel like it would be easier to accept what it is instead of like a theatrical release.
And maybe it didn't come out as a theatrical release, and I remember it. I didn't see it in theaters. I just remember the mommy market when I was when I was growing up and watching this. So did they even have they had straight to move or VHS movies?
Yeah, and they had made for TV movies more than we do now. Yeah.
It was released as The Mommy Market, also released as The Mommy Market.
Yeah, that was like its alternate title for sure. But then it got mixed up with other movies that were made with the same title.
There's a lot of those Mommy Market. This has the shortest Wikipedia entry that I've ever seen of a Wikipedia.
Before I watched any of these, I read the Wikipedia like critical reception on them, and they were all so negative that I was like, "This is gonna be a slog." And I think that helped me. That when I watched it, I was like, "Man, I don't know, this is all right."
And I've known that North has been on, like, I was telling Spencer this when I got him to, or when he was asking me about how to watch it or whatever. But I watched North is considered like one of the worst movies of all time.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Not only did I love it, even if you wanted to hate it, it's not that bad.
Right?
No, the worst of all time.
Yeah, I saw a list that was done by Rolling Stone, whatever, of the it came out within the last like month, and it was like bad movies by great directors, and this one was number 2 on the list.
Now, Rob Reiner was like 7 for 7 when he made that movie, so I understand it being disappointing with that cast and Rob Reiner. But at the end of the day, like, did you read Ebert's review of North?
I think I did.
It's pretty legendary.
Oh no!
His great movies book.
I hated this movie. Hated this movie. Hated it. This is the written word. Hated every simpering, stupid, vacant, audience-insulting moment of it. Hated the sensibility that thought anybody would like it. Hated the implied insult to the audience by its belief that anyone would be entertained by it.
Damn.
I hate Roger Ebert.
He does. Now, Spencer tells me every day how much he hates Roger Ebert.
I like him, but he was wrong for that one.
Yeah,
he's wrong for a lot of them.
Every time I've seen a review of this movie or somebody talk about this movie, it is such a bad review and bad taste, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like,
I liked it a lot. I think the second half I got bored and I was over it, but the first like 40 minutes, I was like, I got home and I was kind of drunk and I watched it the first like 45 minutes and I was like, this is hilarious. I have no idea what's happening.
I think Elijah Wood is so fucking good.
Yeah. And Winchell, oh my God, he's one of the best characters in my history.
I love Winchell.
What a great villain.
He's way better in this movie than he was in Little Giants.
Yeah.
What was he?
He's the one that comes up with the annexation of Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Well, one quote I wrote down from Winchell was when he's like campaigning against parents, I guess, and he says, "Just because you were born 25 to 30 years before me doesn't make you smart, doesn't make you right. It just makes you old." I was like, "Fucking, let's go."
I love when he says, "Don't be surprised if you see an extra zero at the end of your paycheck."
Yes.
And he's like, "Thanks, boss." And he's like, "But don't be surprised if there isn't." He's like, "Understand, boss."
I understand.
Spencer, you watch North, or are you only saw Getting Even?
No, I watched all of them except for Trading Mom.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
I think
it's so silly in that cast. I mean,
dude.
20 amazing actors in that movie.
Are you talking about North? And we're back on North.
Well, sure, yeah, still, yeah.
Yeah. Reba McEntire, Dan Aykroyd, Bruce Willis, Kathy Bates in Brownface, Abe Vigoda in Brownface.
Awesome movie.
It's so for a while I didn't know that Kathy Bates wasn't Inuit.
Oh no.
I didn't realize.
Oh, that indigenous actor that we all love, Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates.
I didn't look to see where he was, but Jussie Smollett's in this.
Wait, what?
Really?
Yeah.
Adam Smollett. How could there be two?
Oh, I know who he is now.
Who is he?
I didn't recognize it was him. He's like a friend of
is he the one that gives him the he tells him that Winchell's a bad guy, like in that tunnel or whatever?
Yeah, it's like a secret meetup.
Yeah, right. He had to be in a kid, and that's the only like Black American kid I remember being there. So I assume
That
that's
is
him.
true.
Yep. That was him.
Alan Arkin's in this movie for like
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Jason Alexander, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is the.
We don't want Hugh.
I did laugh really hard at that.
That is a quote that I will. We don't want Hugh. He's not our son.
Nah.
I don't love all the racist parts of this movie, but I mean, they're just they're the stereotypes, the typical stereotypes. It's not anything harmful. Like,
I honestly don't feel like they're that offensive as much as I wanted to hate them. It is like just a silly kids movie, and it's almost like I can almost give it a pass because of how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, it's so cartoony. I think that I liked the first set of parents, like Aykroyd and McIntyre, and like their silly limousine. I like them so much that I was just disappointed by the rest because maybe they weren't as cartoonish.
Yeah,
because it would have been too much. But
it almost goes downhill until you get to the like white bread family with
that's John Ritter, right?
John Ritter, yeah, Ritter, and I can never remember that girl's name. That plays his wife. She was in Murphy Brown, I'm pretty sure. Faith Ford, that's her name.
Oh, okay.
And then little Scarlett Johansson's in there.
Yeah, I saw that. I like that in Hawaii, that his whole thing was like, everybody forgets about us. Like, nobody showed up for Hands Across America.
What a funny joke. That is only for those people that know what Hands Across America is.
Which family are you guys choosing?
Oh.
The one that doesn't put my crack on the billboard.
My crack. Is that what he says?
I don't have an issue with my crack, so I go with that one.
I'd love to have a world famous crack.
Why would they think that's okay?
Yeah, I know. Without even asking them. No.
Consent. Come on now. Which family do I like the best?
The one that buys him the Astros, maybe?
Oh, that's true.
I think it's so funny that their whole point, they just want to fatten him up because they want to have the biggest son.
Everything I have is the biggest and the best. We gotta fatten you up because our other son died, right?
Yeah, he died in a stampede.
Yeah, our big fat son died not being able to run away from cows, so we have to adopt you, North.
There's a musical number within there, like
that was awesome.
It was all downhill from them. Like
I do.
Yeah, Aykroyd was great.
But man, worst movie of all time? No way. What a ride. Out of all four of these movies, if I had to like talk to somebody like a fellow adult and be like, you should check out one out of the four, like they don't need to see Getting Even. They don't need to see Trading Mom. Camp Nowhere is good, but they kind of are. If they haven't seen it, they're gonna know exactly what it is. North is the one that I'm gonna be like, hey, do you like movies? You should check out this weird as fuck movie that was.
It comes off as like a Roald Dahl story to me a little bit. Like it is whimsical enough that it could be that. Here's another random person that I just noticed in this cast that had no speaking lines at all. The Amish mom in this is Kelly McGillis, who is the lead from Top Gun.
Yeah, I saw Kelly McGillis in the
So that's pretty interesting. What is going on here? You getting a phone? You getting a phone call? Are you? All right. Thanks for stopping in, Spencer.
I think I'm on the phone, so I'm sorry. Sorry to all involved.
I'm gonna let you go. Bye. That was strange.
Rob Reiner just called him.
He's cease and desist.
Another thing I noticed, speaking of Reiner, like how many hits he had in a row that were so good. I think after this, arguably, he doesn't make another good movie. Ooh. Like his biggest success after this is The Bucket List.
Ooh.
And he's got some big stinkers in there that I know of. There's others I haven't seen, but I've never heard anybody talk about. So if you look at his filmography, it's like 7 or 8 like hits in a row north, and then nothing good ever again.
Now I gotta look him up.
And again, I do agree. I can understand critics and people being like, look at the cast you got. Rob Reiner's never missed. He's made legendary movies like Spinal Tap and The Princess Bride, like, and then he's got this cast in this weird movie, and this is what we get. That would be disappointing, I guess, but
Okay, so Spinal Tap, The Sure Thing, which is an 80s comedy with John Cusack.
which I've never seen, but apparently is really beloved.
Stand By Me, which is amazing.
Yeah.
The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, A Few Good Men, and then North.
And then North. Yeah.
And then I think he bounces back slightly with The American President. If you've ever seen The American President.
I was going to mention that.
Yeah.
But I give most of that credit to Sorkin, like an early Aaron Sorkin.
Yes.
Shit. But I do like The American President.
Ghosts of Mississippi. I think that's about. I think that has some ties to our old our alma mater, but that has to deal with the civil rights movement.
I've heard of that.
But then, after that, a bunch of movies that I've.
I will say that I watched with my mom the 2012 movie The Magic of Belle Isle, and that is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Morgan Freeman and Virginia Madsen.
LBJ.
Yeah, I remember that coming out, but I don't remember anybody caring about it.
Who is in it? Is it Woody Harrelson? Who is this? Who plays LBJ in this movie?
Yeah, Woody Harrelson.
Okay. I don't remember that coming out at all. And then hasn't really done anything. Shock and Awe.
I mean, the Albert Brooks documentary doesn't really count. I mean, I bet it's awesome, but it's not because he's doing great directing. It's because it's Albert Brooks. And then apparently he's making Spinal Tap 2 soon. Which
interesting.
Which we know is going to be amazing.
Yeah. He's and then he's also he does bit parts and stuff here and there. He's still a comic actor.
I like him. I love Rob Reiner.
Yeah, I love Rob Reiner. But man, what a start for somebody. You could argue that's probably like the best run of anybody.
And it's across genres and styles, and those movies are like 5 or 6 of those movies are like part of the American songbook of cinema.
That's
When Harry Met Sally, Princess Bride, Spinal Tap, A Few Good Men. Like these are like AFI kind of movies, you know?
Yeah, like if I were to break those down, like what is the number one courtroom drama of all time? It's Few Good Men's going to be up there. Harry Met Sally is the quintessential rom-com. Princess Bride is the fantasy comedy. Spinal Tap, definitely like the top tier mockumentary ever made. So
he doesn't lose.
And he was gonna
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and he wanted to do Shawshank.
Oh, really?
His production company did Shawshank, but he wanted to direct it. Except what's his face, who did direct it, was like, no, I'm gonna hold on to this one because.
Who directed it? I missed the rewatches.
Who did direct it? Not Kirk, not Darabont, Frank Darabont.
Okay.
He does a lot of he did The Walking Dead first season, but then he did a bunch of he did Green Mile and The Mist. He does these adaptations of Stephen King novellas and stuff. So
so I can see North being a big disappointment to audiences, and then maybe even that reaction being an effect on Rob Reiner's career or confidence at all, because it seems like this really, really cool movie, in my opinion, just tore the shreds.
But honestly, if we're talking about him nailing all those other genres, I think as a kids movie, he nailed the kids movie too. And
again, I've seen too many movies. It's unique. It's so unique and of its own. North is its own thing that I'm I don't care how flawed it might be or how much it might fuck up or not nail the landing. It's just fun because I'm not going to see another North except for North.
I think it's I think it's outlandish. It's an outlandish premise, but I like how the kids are not dumb the kids are written really well, in my opinion. They're not stupid kids. They're smart kids. You could even say the same for Camp Nowhere too. Those are very smartly written kids. But I like Winchell, even though he's the villain of this, because he's delivering such good lines.
Yes, it's snappy, and it does the things where the humor, it's so snappy that you have visual gags and slapsticky stuff that for kids, but then the actual lines, Winchell's perfect because as a kid, you're just watching him act that way and loving it, even if you're missing all of the verbal sparring that he's doing in his actual lines. So there's smart dialogue in a kids movie. It's pretty awesome.
And this is where I learned what borscht was.
As a kid or just now?
As a kid, as a child. I've always known what borscht is because of North.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff. Like, I'll do like bar trivia and I'll know an answer, and people are like, "Wow, you're really smart, Ryan." I'm like, "That's from a Clarissa Explains It All episode."
Is there anything else we need to say about North? It still blows my mind that it's one of the worst movies, or considered one of the worst movies of all time.
Yeah, when like Mommy Market came out the same year, you could say it. But I guess for something to be that hated and remembered for being bad, it does have to fail expectations that bad. Or have like, that's the thing about like Trading Mom. Like, there's, other than Sissy Spacek, there's no big expectation, big budget, big director, like vibes going for it. So a movie like that can just like suck and come and go. But a movie like North, I guess, with those disappointments, like has to be hated more and longer. But
yeah. What do we think? Is this a better Bruce Willis role, or is he better as Butch in Pulp Fiction?
Well, this is a better role, but he's better at Butch because Butch is as dumb and flat as Bruce Willis is.
See, I actually think like I like Bruce Willis in a comedic role so much better than I like him in an action role.
He was good in North. I liked him every time he showed up.
I often found myself like Bruce Willis. Yeah, the Bruce Willis narrations, whatever. But like whenever he is in comedies, I always feel like he does a good job. I mean, he started out that way. He was in Moonlighting, television show with what's her face? I
don't remember now.
I can't even remember her name. She was in The Last Picture Show.
Your favorite movie?
I do love The Last Picture Show. Sybil Shepherd. Thank you.
Yeah, there we
go. So I don't know. I like this movie. Everybody else can suck it. I also like Graham, the Alaskan Father. Not necessarily because of this movie, but because of other bad movies. There's a movie that Mystery Science Theater did a reaction to, and I think it's a play on Pacific Rim. It was called Atlantic Rim, maybe, or whatever. Okay. But that guy's in it, and he just keeps going, "Get him on the horn, get people on the horn," and they make fun of it the whole time. So I love that guy.
Well, yeah, all those families are really nice and funny, and I think that was good too. That like while we're villainizing parents, they're not really trying to, like all three of the other movies are trying to teach the kid a lesson a bit at the end. Mm-hmm. I mean, Getting Even teaches the dad a lesson. Camp Nowhere and Trading Mom teaches the kids a lesson. North doesn't really do either because it's so silly. But all the parents and families are like nice. Nobody's like cruel. They're all just weird, and they're not good fits for North.
And they're all like grieving something, it feels like, or they're trying to replace something. Like you have the first kids trying to replace their son who died in the stampede, and then the Hawaiian family is trying to boost their tourism, which is a weird thing. Weird. And then the Alaskan ones are just like, or no, the Hawaiians can't have a child. That's what they're like.
Yeah.
He says,
what did he say? What was the line?
He
Our
says,
son's not dead, her womb is, or some shit.
She is as barren as something. I forget what it is, but
and she looks at him like, "What the fuck?" And then goes,
like,
yeah, it's true.
And then I guess I don't remember what the Alaskans why they wanted him.
I don't know. They just wanted the ice fish. Remember they did the did the whole Andy Griffith thing, which was like cute.
Just Kathy Bates just whistling away with her brown face, just having a great time, sending Abe Vigoda off. He didn't even get a TV.
Yeah, that was funny too. Like, because again, North, I like North a lot. Like, its comedy gets dark, but it never feels bad because it's so silly. But it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna send Grandpa away because he can't keep up with us anymore.
I thought that's really what Eskimos did forever.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's all. Hey, let's do 52/1917 and do Nanook of the North. And
oh yeah, that'll be a good one. See how many people come out of a boat in that movie. It's insane. It's like clowns in a car.
Right.
Oh man, I could talk about North forever. John Candy was initially cast as Pa Tex before dropping out and being replaced by
He would've been
Dan
great.
Aykroyd. Yeah, he would have been
I'm
really
not
good.
it's been so long since I remember Dan Aykroyd being fun and awesome. I kind of really liked seeing him in this movie because I don't know, both as an actor and a human being, he starts to suck pretty quick after this.
Also, maybe Rob Reiner shouldn't have chose to shoot on location in some of these things. It says here that the movie was shot in New York, Los Angeles, Hawaii, and Alaska.
Yeah,
Probably
you
coulda-
didn't do that,
You
bro.
didn't need to do that. Prince William Sound and several glaciers is where they were in Alaska for.
Several glaciers?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
It's like 8 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, Baron. Yeah, I forgot what he said. Not as bad as the line delivered in Trading Mom.
Oh, I don't
And
remember it.
I don't know if you remember this in Trading Mom.
I have
but
one.
The kids say,
Yes.
now I know why Dad left. Like,
And then the little kid says, "I wish she would have left us too."
that movie's so harsh.
Yeah.
This poor
I
mom.
thought it was strange because I assumed it was going to be like usually the formula is like there's a middle child and then the older brother is just dumb and doing his own thing, and the little brother's the baby of the family. But like all three kids are equally on board with fuck mom.
Yeah, we hate her. No
She
wonder
has
Dad
flour in her
left.
hair, like juggling pancakes, trying to do everything. Like,
Those fucking kids. I hate them. And two of them are in real life brothers. The two brothers are real life brothers. That is the fun thing. And then Anna Klumsky, I kind of think she has a Macaulay Culkin thing going on with her. Like she hit a point where she couldn't do
yeah.
After My Girl. Like she kind of hit that thing. Like I'm not as cute as I was, and I can't rely on this kind of acting to get me to play.
I agree because they're both such good actors when they're younger, and they're both so bad in 1994. I expected to see her kind of like stand out as a good kid actor, and instead she was fine, but like
she's fine, yeah,
especially good.
But then she comes back, just like Macaulay. They both come back. They take some time off. They come back, and she's better off for it.
Anna Klumsky in Veep is one of my favorite TV characters ever.
She's pretty great. I don't think she's my favorite character in Veep, but
who's your favorite character? She's mine.
What's the Frankenstein looking dude?
Oh God, Jonah. Yeah,
Jonah. Yeah, that guy's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
How about Camp Nowhere? That's the one we haven't really talked about much.
It was the only one I'd seen before. It was like I remembered it. It's kind of like, yeah, I get that it's the most remembered. It's pretty polished and like hits the 3-act thing pretty well. It's again like wish fulfillment for kids post Home Alone. I don't know. There are moments that I thought were pretty good, and the rest was just okay. But I get that it was popular.
It was popular. It also had like, I remember each one of those kids in that movie being in like Boy Meets World or an episode of Step by Step or something. Like those were all the like TGIF kids.
Yeah,
that totally. That weren't like the stars, but were guest stars on all.
What was the redhead was in everything?
Yeah, I don't know. It was yeah, like you said, it was pretty good. Stars Jonathan Jackson, who is the younger brother of Joshua Jackson.
Oh, I was confused because I expected Joshua Jackson and forgot that I never saw him. Yeah.
My headphones came out. My bad, so I didn't hear what you say.
Oh no, I was expecting Joshua Jackson because I misread it and then I never saw him.
Jonathan Jackson plays Mud.
Mm-hmm.
Name is Mud. His name is Mud. One thing I did like about this is the four main kids are all like, it's like the Breakfast Club kids were all best friends.
It really is.
You had the nerdy kid Mud, the girl that's not fat at all going to fat camp.
No.
Wow. The like Barbie girl kid, and then the bad kid. And they were all friends, and I liked that.
Yeah. I did notice, this is just a small complaint, because toward the end, it's all about like Mud's like, this was my idea. Why can't I control it? And then he has to like take over oh, don't take credit for this, Christopher Lloyd. It's my job. It was my idea. I'm the one behind this. But at the beginning, he just goes, I wish we could buy our own camp. And it's like the bad kid's idea. And he's like, oh, we should do that. It wasn't Mud's idea, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then all of his friends equally help him make it happen. And I'm like, all right, I don't know that you should take credit for this.
But Mud's just the spreadsheet that keeps everything together.
Totally, yeah. The real question is, I did well. Then I did like his little romantic arc with the not fat girl, where they both like they almost had like a philosophical conversation about like why are we the ones stuck doing this? And she's like, because we're cursed. This is who we are as a people. Is like what she kind of says. Like we'll never be shoplifters. We'll never be chaos people. We'll always be here, like having to make things run well and doing the right thing and thinking ahead and self-sacrificing. She doesn't say all that, but that's kind of the conversation, like where they connect and start to be like a couple. Is like.
I love that scene. That scene with them on the bus and like her coming in to like comfort him and go through all that stuff. I love that scene. And she's like, we can kiss like whenever we're older and we're allowed to kiss essentially.
Like I wasn't surprised by the other two kids like having a thing, but I didn't expect that romantic arc to even be in there. And it's not in there a lot, but I thought the movie could have gotten away without doing it. So I was kind of impressed and happy that they did it, and they did it fairly well.
Also, everybody's favorite nun from Sister Act is
so pretty.
Wendy McKenna.
Oh, so she was in another movie?
Yeah, that's what I forgot about it when I started it up. I was like, who is? Oh, it's her for my crush from Sister Act. And her being the love interest of Christopher Lloyd, who's perpetually 65 years old at all times.
Yeah.
It's just... She gets Cody going. Yeah. I don't even know how old Christopher Lloyd was in this movie.
He was 24.
Yeah, you could have told me that, and I would not be surprised. He was born in 19...
Correct. Heavyweights is a far superior camp movie and one of my favorite movies of all time. Heavyweights is a perennial classic.
And it does have elements of Heavyweights in there, though. Like the whole like...
camps in this movie. All kids go to camps.
Yeah, and I never even knew other camps existed, like fat camps or any. It was all just church camp to me. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah, this movie does not hold a candle to Heavyweights at all. Like Heavyweights is far superior.
Oh God, I love that movie.
1995 movie.
Okay, all right.
So you wait a year, we might do it.
So what do we think about Christopher Lloyd in this movie? Is he amazing? Is he horrible?
Is he amazing?
I'm not talking about his character. I'm talking about like his acting and his comedy.
I think he is.
When he starts off, when he comes in strong, when he's doing like the fake cheese and fish bit at the mall, and I cringed a bit. And I was like, oh, I don't know that you like are the guy to do like all of these vaudeville voices or whatever. But then later on, I warmed up to him a lot.
No, I really liked him. I mean, I like to see somebody like Christopher Lloyd do this, whether it's in like just do a crazy role. Doc Brown, you have his villain from Dennis the Menace, which was one of the scariest villains of my childhood. Also, not
Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit, the other scary villain. But no, I think. I don't know. I thought he was cute.
I think he was too. I just think it takes a while to accept him because he's supposed to be more like I don't know. I just didn't buy. Like, he's supposed to be cooler than he actually is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind
of. But how cool can you be when you're living the way he does?
Yeah.
Not in a camper. I don't have anything against living in a camper. People live in campers fine all the time. That guy's not doing well. Also, the age discrepancy of Christopher Lloyd to Wendy McKenna's character. He's 56 in this movie. She's 29.
That's wild, yeah.
But I believed it.
I guess we don't get to learn more about her character because, like, she's not a good doctor.
She's not. She needs her license.
It seems like she's practicing out of a residential, like, property, not an office.
She should definitely be sued for malpractice.
And then she quickly falls for him. Although he does have some riz, like the way he asked her out and everything. And then he's like, hey, I'm going to put him to bed. I'm going to carry him to bed, have another thing of wine. And they're sitting on pillows. And like, he's asking her about herself. I was like, I kind of believe that you were just like, okay, I'll go to dinner. And then by the end of it, you're having a pretty good time with this weirdo.
What did he fix them besides lima beans?
Oh, I don't remember that part. Just remember the lima beans thing.
Yeah, for every lima bean he eats, he gets like $10 or something, or $1.
Later, she's like, "You probably don't even like lima beans, do you?" Because she realizes everything's a lot.
Yeah, no, it was. I felt like the ending was a little weird with, Christopher Lloyd, who should go down, be arrested, but But Mud coming out and being like, "It was all me." I just didn't believe. I don't know. That was the worst. That if that's the worst part.
When he has to cover for them buying beer, and he's like, "Man, drink it for breakfast." I'm a normal person. These kids are mine, and everybody's like, "Well, this tracks." 1994. Have fun, sir.
And we have Biff trying to track him down.
Yeah, and I forget the other actor, but he's always great. The debt collector guy.
Oh, he just passed away. Actually,
Did he really?
He passed away last week. Actually, Emmett Walsh, who plays kind of that same character in every movie he's in.
That's Emmett Walsh, of course. Yeah, he's so good.
I remember him mostly from The Jerk, where he shoots. He picks a random name out of the phone book, and the name is Steve Martin's character, and he goes to shoot him at the gas station, but he keeps missing. Ridiculous movie. But Emmett Walsh is also another guy that has been the exact same age, just like Christopher Lloyd, for
had those jowls kind of
30, 40 years. So, oh man. Camp Nowhere, North, Trading Mom, Getting Even with Dad. Chad, is there anything that Lloyd in this or Stern and Bushwhacked? Did you ever watch Bushwhacked?
I knew of it, but I think I've seen it, but I don't remember anything about it.
If you've seen any children's movie, like Man of the House, you've seen Bushwhacked.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Can't wait to do Man of the House. Little Chevy Chase, Jonathan Taylor Thomas action.
I remember that era. Jungle to Jungle.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Jungle to Jungle. Then there was a French version of Jungle to Jungle.
Right?
I only ever saw it in previews on the Disney tapes.
God, there's no way that movie is not insanely offensive.
Yeah, I think we should watch it. Yeah. All right, if you had to rank them though, George of the Jungle is great. I love George of the Jungle. But if we had to rank these movies, what would you rank them? 1 through 4.
I think North is the best. Then Camp Nowhere. Then Trading Mom. Then Getting Even with Dad.
What did you not like about Getting Even with Dad?
It was just too basic. It was just so boring and obvious.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't any fun part. I liked the side, the partner crooks. They added some fun in there. But none of the jokes were funny, and then everything was expected. And circling back around, I was talking to people about like my hot take about like even as a kid I didn't like E.T. and how I wanted things to go like full fantasy and full silly mode rather than just be like, hey, one little thing's different. And so that Getting Even with Dad, even if I was a kid, probably had that problem when I was like, oh, well, he's blackmailing his dad who's a crook, and that's the different thing. And then everything else is like, we go to the zoo. I don't know. It was like nothing else cool was happening to me. Mm-hmm. Even though he was kind of blackmailing him to do fun things. The fun things were things that I occasionally as a kid got to do. Like, let's have ice cream, Whereas like Camp Nowhere has like, hey, let's open the back of the fucking truck and throw out $1 million worth of super soakers and Nerf balls. Yes. And so that's like way cooler. Or North is so silly. It's in such a magical world where he can travel all the way across, the globe in minutes or whatever, that I would have liked that more. Mommy Market has some like fucking like cool magical rules and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But Getting Even with Dad is just kind of boring.
I get that. It's the least kid-friendly movie. I actually think it might have been the only PG. I think it might be PG-13. Mm-hmm. And it's the only PG-13 one we have out of this. So it's not a true like children's movie. Out of the group. But we do get Saul Rubinek in here. Love Saul Rubinek.
Yeah.
And I love Glenn. I think her name's Glenn Headley. She's the cop.
I recognized her.
She's from Dick Tracy. If you ever watched Dick Tracy, she sadly passed away like 10 years ago, or no, like within the last 5 years. She of a pulmonary or a brain embolism, something like that. But
so I guess I put to go through them again. Like North is super unique. Camp Nowhere is very polished. Trading Mom is weird, which makes it somewhat interesting to me. And then Getting Even with Dad is so basic that it's not. I wasn't a bad movie. I enjoyed it. And I'm glad I watched it first because I think I would have been more bored by it after watching the other ones.
Mr. Holland's Opus.
I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. She's in that movie too.
Okay.
It's the wife that gets cheated on a ton. From the chat though, have you ever been in a debate club or debater?
No, I have a long history of being right about things though.
He's not wrong.
No, I'm a contrarian arguer, but I've never gone pro with it. I
No,
do it for the love of disagreeing with people.
He's just challenging people.
Yeah, I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, he just wants you to think about things. Should have definitely been a pro debater.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything. What are we going to do next time?
For the bonus episode?
Yeah, what's our next bonus? Is it animated?
I think it is.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So our next episode is a good one. We're doing animated movies, but they're not your typical animated. So it's like we have one Disney movie this year that is not included in this. I believe all of these might be under the umbrella of, like, not all of them, but Don Bluth movies, maybe.
Yeah, but not like Don Bluth's heyday. I don't think these are the like the ones to remember. These aren't the Secret of Nims or the Land Before Times.
But they all have Dom DeLuise in them, so you don't have to worry about that.
All right, we're set then. Yeah.
So we're doing,
and then just as I'm partially being nerdy about old animation, traditional animation. I don't think I've seen any of these except Pagemaster, which I saw as a kid and remember well. And then I've heard from multiple adults that Pagemaster does not hold up and it sucks. So
yeah, which makes me a little sad because I was such like a big Pagemaster. I might even had the novelization of Pagemaster because.
And I think I liked it because it was about books, and I liked books as a kid. So, but yeah, so I'm interested in seeing them all, like knocking them off a kind of a to-do list of classic animation.
So I just read really quickly that two of them. So we're doing Troll in Central Park, Thumbelina. Those are two Don Bluth movies, and then we're doing Pagemaster and Swan Princess. I thought Swan Princess might have been a Don Bluth movie. It kind of feels like the same animation style as that, but I've only seen one of those, and that's Pagemaster. So I'll be looking forward to that at the end of April. And next month, once we finish our Oscar week or Oscar month this coming Monday, again, we're rescheduling Sunday to Monday because of Easter. So that'll be Monday at 6 p.m. for all those. We're going to be doing like a sci-fi comic book nerdy month, mostly because I couldn't figure out where to put Natural Born Killers, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't really know what to put it. I don't know where to put it. So it's kind of in between that and like another like Oscar-ish month. So we're doing Time Cop coming up, Stargate, The Crow, and Natural Born Killers. So
okay, yeah, that's good.
Pretty fun stuff. And
Quiz show on Monday. I'm very excited. I'm gonna rewatch that.
I haven't seen it. Have you ever seen it before?
I remember seeing it in the past and liking it a lot. So I'm interested to revisit it. Also, my girlfriend's about to start hosting bar trivia, and I came up with a meta category of a trivia category about trivia. So it would just be questions about Quiz Show and Slumdog Millionaire and trivial like trivia games.
Mm-hmm.
I was excited.
Do you get to come up with content for her?
Yeah, I get to feed her with questions. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I've really made it.
You've really made it, man.
Yeah.
You come up with quiz questions. All right. Well, I don't really have any good way to end this, but I do appreciate everybody that came on and talked with us about these four movies. It's fun to just talk about, random movies from our past and not have to spend an hour and a half talking about one movie. We could spend 1 hour talking about four movies. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I loved it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Come back anytime. And if you join the Discord, you could probably get on some of these too and join us when we do these. So check that out if you're a new watcher or listener or whatever. And join us here next month, April 24th, for our animated series. And it'll be on April 24th. I don't know what is Spencer's asking in the chat.
He wants to know where this trivia is. It's in Memphis, Tennessee. You feel free to visit.
Idiot. I hate him. All right, everybody. That's it for today. We'll see you on Monday for 52/1994 talking about Quiz Show. We'll see you then.